Good morning, beautiful people. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Feels so good to be alive, as Ralph Smart would say. Feels so good to be alive. Good morning, everybody. Oh my gosh, so I have so much to share with you this morning from my heart once again, giving you all the love from my heart and soul. And every time I come out here, the birds are ready to get out of the coop and go free. But it's been chilly, so they can wait a little bit. Whew, man. So I have so much to share with you guys this morning, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really, really excited about it. So it's amazing what, when you start going through an awakening process, what will come into your heart and soul. The knowledge that you will receive, the epiphanies that you will receive, the information. It's absolutely amazing. It really is. This morning I woke up and I started reading, and this book that I was just telling you guys about yesterday sparked some more thoughts in my mind. So let's go ahead and start. When you begin on your awakening process, we talked about some of the signs, some of the symptoms earlier this week on like what will occur when you first start awakening. Foods affect you differently than they used to. Caffeine, soda, sugar, all these things start to affect you, and you just realize you've had enough. You just can't do this to your body anymore, right? These preservatives are not good for you. You start to realize it's affecting your energy. It's affecting you, right? You start changing your diet. You realize the violence and books and movies and whatever else affects you differently, because what you consume is what you become. What you consume consumes you. So if you're consuming these movies that are in a vibration of fear, you will take on that vibration of fear. If you are consuming the news media and it's giving off fear, you will take on that vibrational energy. It's insane, right? So start taking a really good look in your life at what you're consuming, what you're listening to, what you're seeing, what you're putting in your body. All of your senses are being blocked for a reason, really. It's not by accident. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about this morning, is what has happened with humanity over a long, long period of time. You see, in our lives, we go through cycles. And you may notice it if you look at your life, if you're going through an awakening process, that you are constantly going through this loop, through this cycle. Once you start awakening, you realize, wow, this whole time I've been doing these same things over and over. I've been making these same mistakes. I've been attracting these same people my whole entire life. And you realize it and you start to make that change. The same thing has happened through humanity from the beginning of time. We started off on this planet. It started as this was a vacation place. This was a way, Earth was a place to escape, to vacation for a job well done. The Earth is so beautiful and abundant that it was an experience like no other. No other planet in the universe. It was completely unlike anything in the universe. Tripping on my words here. So it started that way, but humans, over time, we corrupted that. They corrupted that. And it was because of power and greed. Over time, that has happened many, many times. Power and greed has taken over. And we've lost that sight of love and connection and unity. We've gone through this cycle. I mean, you can look into the past to find these answers. You know, right now, there are many people in the world who are destroying statues, destroying history of our past. You don't think that's ever happened before? Because we're ashamed of who we used to be. You know, that's okay to be ashamed of that, but we need to not forget. And that is what has happened. We have forgotten that over many, many eons from the beginning of time, we were here for different reasons than what has happened. So, like I said, over time, the power, the greed, the just wanting to be in control, wanting to have power, has taken over humanity. And you can see it in everyday life. You can see it with people, you know, the things that we want, being like the Joneses, right? Being like the Smiths, having the things, having the stuff. Look at our homes. They become cluttered with all of these things and all this stuff just because we are trying to impress, trying to be the best, the most powerful, right? Instead of helping your neighbor, instead of focusing on what's truly important, unity, togetherness, love, right? So, as humanity, we are going through a cycle again. And if you look to the past, you can find a lot of answers in what we are going through, right? So, it's quite amazing if you look into a lot of cultures and how they talk about the earth heating up and cooling down and the great floods, and why I talk about that is because it's amazing. It's amazing the cycle that we keep going through. This has happened many, many times, what we are going through. And at this moment in time, we are waking up to it. We are waking up and we are finally realizing that this is not what we are meant to do. This is not who we're meant to be, okay? Another thing about what you consume is what you become. What you consume is what consumes you. Look at your everyday life. Look at what music you're listening to. There's a lot of music on the radio that is trying to bring your vibrational energy down. There is a lot of things on the news that is trying to put you in fear. Fear is the lowest vibrational energy that there is. When you're in fear, you are at your lowest vibration. No wonder you feel depression. No wonder you feel anxiety, because you are at your lowest vibration. The highest vibration is love. The highest vibration is love. That is why I wake up and I tell you, wake up every day and be passionate about what you're doing, because that is what you are here for. You are not here to live for these people who are in power. these people who are trying to take control, who have taken control. But that system is crumbling, and we are watching it. Because when you build a structure, when you build anything on a foundation of brokenness, a foundation of lies, a foundation of fear, a foundation of control, that's why you're doing things, because of control and your own desire for something evil. It will fall eventually. We watched it with the Romans. Okay, we didn't watch it with the Romans, but if you look in time, if you read through the history books, look at the Romans. This is a very, very easy thing to look back and say, oh my gosh, if you read through the history, you will find that we are doing the exact same thing that the Romans did. In fact, one thing that my husband was telling me recently, that he was listening to a podcast with Joe Rogan, and something that we do before our fall is we obsess about sexuality. Very interesting. Very interesting. They did this in the Roman times as well. They became very obsessed about sexuality. And we need to look to the past and see these patterns so that we don't repeat this in our future. But at the same time, I'm not saying this because of fear. I'm not saying this because I'm afraid. I'm scared. I have dreams for humanity. I know that I was brought here for a reason, and so were a lot of you. You were brought here to awaken humanity to our true selves, to what we are truly meant to be. We are meant to be in unity, in love. That is what we're supposed to be here for. We're meant to enjoy the fruits of nature, Mother Earth. We are not meant to be here to live in fear and to be almost walking around like robots, like this mechanical thing. Why are we getting so tired? Why are we so exhausted? Look at your everyday life. You are living like a machine, aren't you? Monday through Friday, going to work, having a break. Every single morning, look around. Look at the cars next to you. Does anyone look happy? When you go to the grocery store and you see people in their masks, does anyone look happy anymore? No. A lot of people don't. You can't see each other smile anymore. That is such a big thing about what makes us who we are. Each individual person, their smile. But that is being done on purpose. And I'm not saying, I guess you could say, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Is that what you're saying right now? You could say that. But you know who coined the term conspiracy theorist? It's actually the CIA. They started that theory. They did. They started that word so that they could make people look like they were crazy. When in reality, I'm over here telling the truth with love and kindness. That's what you need to look at. Be open. But look, when you're looking for an answer and you're looking for the truth, look where it's coming from. Okay, look at who's telling you this and what their motives are. What are my motives? I'm a stay-at-home mom. What are my motives for telling anyone this? Okay, what about some of these higher up officials? These higher government officials. I wouldn't say they're higher, okay? They have a lot of power now, but that's not going to be here for much longer. And in reality, they're living a life that's really sad. It really is. Because they are trying to control and trying to put people in fear. But look at what their motives are. What are their motives? They want to be in power. They want to have all the money. They want to be in control. That's what they want, isn't it? So all I ask to you is just look for information, look for the truth, because you are a higher dimensional being. You are. And you have potential to be anything in this world that you want to be. You absolutely do. We are moving into the new earth right now. Maybe you've heard about it. Into the 5D, 5-dimensional. Right now we're in 3-dimensional, and we are moving. I am moving into the 5-dimensional with love and light, and you can come along. You can come with me. It's a journey, and it's an amazing journey, and you wake up and you feel amazing, and you feel like you're vibrating, and you feel like, holy moly, I'm finally living the life that I was meant to live. You know, this journey, it takes time, but it's amazing. It's an amazing journey, and like I said, we are going through it as a human race right now. We are awakening to why we are here, what your true path is meant to be. So research, look into it. With that, I want to send love, peace, and light to everyone. You are loved. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are capable. You are everything. Know that about yourself.